Hi guys, it's Claire. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to share with you the November monthly makes. So I've got an awful lot of stuff in our box today for November. I'm also rolled in a few bits that are gonna December as well. So we're basically at the end of the first week of December. And there's a few bits that we made, and we won't be making much more for the rest of the month. Workshops have just come to an end, and I'm actually going off on holiday, so there won't be much making going on in December. So I thought I would just roll it into this video, so you've got all of November plus a little bit of December. Yeah, so as always, we've got everything popped into our box here. I've also got a pile of stuff just over there off camera. I've got lots of Christmas cards this time, and also some other Christmas stuff as well to share with you. So let's get going. So the first things I will share are some of the layouts. So I've got this layout that I made. I actually made this when we were in Birmingham. Well, if you remember, I've actually shared with you already the background of this. I stamped all this background on here. So these are individual stamps all lined up and just stamped in black ink, and then I cut out by hand the Mickey head, and then now I've actually finished it, so I've piled on my photo and all my embellishments and things that I wanted to use. But yeah, I'm glad I got this layout done. As I say, the background took me forever doing that, and it looked really quite plain at the time, but now I've sort of built upon it, I actually quite like it, so I'm pleased with that one. There's one that Shani made. She made her own background. These are all individually die cut little hexagon dies. We've got white and we've got the patterned ones on there. So she's literally stuck every single one of those on the background. It's a photo of me that she's used when we were at Disney. And yeah, nice little layout, but very time consuming, as I say, because all these were cut individually. Another layout that Shani's made is this one here. I think again this is one that she started in Birmingham, so she's cut these circles and placed them on here, layered up her photos, added the little frill trim around there, just kept it cute and simple. Another little Disney layout. Another one that Shani done, this is a double page spread, so we've got two layouts that go together like so. And this is us obviously riding segways when we were in Mount Dora in America, so it was when we went over on our craft retreat. Us and the ladies went out on this Segway tour. Really good day, and nice layout, lots of texture, and all these papers in the background look really nice. The next one again is one that Shani made, and this is where she took the kids to the theatre to see Catch Me. She's got a picture, not the best photo, because you know what it's like when you're trying to take a picture in a theatre, you can never get the best picture. Picture of the kids and also of the show. And just done some layers and texture of paper at the side here. Can you see it's all layered up? Yeah, just a nice layout. Another one made by Shani, and this is one of my nephew, so her cousin Dylan. You all know Dylan anyway if you watch the vlogs, but this is when he was first born. She made this round, cut this on the silhouette machine, backed it with some paper, and it's quite layered up, and you've got little banners or bunting hanging out around the edge. Nice layout. Another one that Shani made, I think she's put hers all in the top of the box. Crazy photo of her when we were over there on a family holiday once over in Disney, and we saw all the Stitch teddies. Stitch is her favourite character, so I took this picture of her. Yeah, nice layout. We've got distress work in the background there, or painting in the background, cameras. Yeah, nice. What more is there to say? Really nice. Just very graphic, nice layout. The next layout is another Disney photo, one that Shani made this time. It's a picture of me with Chip and Dale, my favourite characters, and she's used the Disney Say Cheese collection again. Painted these words that have been die cut on the silhouette machine and made a fun layout. Now we've got a pocket page that I made. And this one, not really anything too fancy about this one. It's just a basic pocket page, 4x4 pockets. And this was using the photos that Alan and I done our first European road trip in September. So just basic pictures that I've got of us travelling around. I have vlogged this whole trip, so if you want to see what we got up to, it is up on my channel. So I just used all the photos, used embellishments and papers from one of the Minte collections, and just filled the pockets up. Yeah, that's it, just a very sort of bog standard basic 4x4 pocket page, couple of pages, but yeah, got the story told and ready to go into the album. The next one I made is a layout showing photos of me and Alan when we went over in Germany. I die cut these film strip pieces on the silhouette, so cut them on the silhouette, and then printed out my little photos so that they fitted nicely into there. I've raised them up so that they're nice and high on there. Little teeny tiny photos, but they work really well. And these weren't the best photos because they were all taken on my iPhone, so they weren't amazing photos. But yeah, quite a nice layout. I'm quite pleased with the way this one came out. When I was making it, I wasn't sure if I liked all this sort of black grunge and messiness around it all, but I actually quite like it now. Another layout that I started in Birmingham but never finished, so it's now finished to see. I cut this awesome cut file, backed it all, made splatters in the background. I was inspired by one that I saw on Pinterest. There's a layout on there that someone's done. I can't remember the lady's name, but there's a beautiful layout on there. Very, very similar to this, where she's backed a cut file and done everything sort of exploding out from the background. So yeah, completely inspired by that. Right, another layout. This is one again that I started in Germany but then finished when we were back home. So this one is using a collection of papers that I picked up in America, and also some of the Hessian and lace that I picked up at the Birmingham show the other week, which you've seen if you watched the vlog. Also using that leaf die that I picked up at the same time. Yeah, just a pretty layout. Photos of me and Alan taken, I think, back in the summer, February 2018. Just a day out that we had. The next one is a double page layout. Again, I started this in Birmingham, so you've probably seen this if you watch the vlog, but I've added the photos to it and added a few more embellishments. I found these papers, again I picked them up in America, so if you've watched the vlogs you saw when I brought these papers with these little cacti on there, and we went to Wisley Gardens, which has a cacti house, so we saw the cacti there, so the papers worked out perfectly. So lots of little photos, some raised, some flat stuck, little embellishments tucked in there, and yeah, just a double page spread. I like the fact that I used this page twice but turned it upside down, so the flowers around here balanced out the flowers at the top there. Now onto some Christmas cards. This pile of Christmas cards here are the pile of cards that we made and designed for our Christmas mega workshop that we held a couple of weeks back. So everyone got together to make a big batch of Christmas cards. We actually made or designed 13 Christmas cards for everyone to make, and these are those 13 cards. So I'll talk you quickly through each one. So simple card, ink distressing on the background here with oxide inks, Tim Holtz snowflake dies, and Lawn Fawn Let It Snow. Just a simple, nice card. Love the ink blending, really, really nice modern colours. This one here using one of the new Sue Wilson dies. We've got some rolled flowers, another Sue Wilson leaf one, lots of distressing, some glitter and snowflake embossing folder. Another Tim Holtz one using the festive overlay stamps. Very sort of, I don't know, traditional and a little bit grungy, but not too much, but I quite like this one. Bit of ink blending, Sue Wilson frosty frame die around the edge. One using the Alter New Poinsettia and Pine stamps and dies. This one's really, really nice. This is a favourite set of mine. Shani actually designed this card, but I love it that she's used this, I don't know what this colour is actually called, this embossing powder, but it's in between gold and silver, but you just get this subtle shine on there. Very, very nice. And glittery paper in the background there. A Whimsy or Wild Rose Studio Robin stamp. Shani coloured this in a bit of a rush, so it's gone a little bit dark, but you get the idea. A nice card with some texture, some tulle, and a little bunch of flowers in the corner. Tim Holtz one, using one of the new stencils that he's got out and some ink blending, and again a Tim Holtz heat embossed sentiment on there. Another Tim Holtz one, this is the Tim Holtz snowflake dies again, MFT Christmas sentiment, and we used Stampin' Up heat and stick powder with dazzling diamonds to make it all glittery. This one's actually feels a really nice solid card because obviously you've got layers of card and snowflakes here. This one that I made was a last minute one, which I'm not sure that I love this. I think I want to give it another attempt. I really love this poinsettia. Again, it's a Tim Holtz one. So is this rosette as well in the background. But I think it's the colours that are putting me off this card. I don't like this one that much. Everyone else seemed to like it, but I wasn't loving it. But yeah, slightly different one. I did a shaped sort of pop-up-y type one, easel fold card. just for everyone to make something a bit different. This is probably one of my faves, this one I done, and it's layering and masking 3 different whimsy stamps together so that they look like they're all huddled together, these little penguins. Coloured them in Copics and then also added snow at the bottom here as well, and glitter onto their little hats and things. So yeah, nice one, that's a favourite of mine. One designed by Shani using the Altenew, what's it called, Poinsettia pieces, the little tiny Altenew set that they sell. So stamped all those in the background, added some red vellum, a lawn fawn wording and die. And this is a MFT, I can't remember what it's called, but a front panel that they sell. A nice simple card, quite vivid. A little lawn fawn one using the little cute lawn fawn reindeer. Stamping repeatedly in the background to get your trees on the background there. Die cutting and colouring the reindeer. Yeah, simple but cute little card. And one more that is Sue Wilson Sentiment, Frame and the New Holly. This is a nice card, this one. I actually really like this one. We've made a batch of these since and given them away to friends and family. So there, that was a nice card. Love that frame. And the very last one that we made for that workshop was this one here, which is the Tim Holtz Glorious Gatherings stamp. So you don't need to do a great deal to this card. I kept it really simple, just stamped it off to the side, stamped one of the sentiments down the bottom, and then drew using a ruler and a very fine tip pen around the edge just to frame everything. And that was a simple one, and everyone loved it because it was just a really pretty simple card, and the stamp does all the work for you. I've actually made a whole batch of these, which I'll show you now. So I've made them all with completely different backing paper. So here we've got the teal, and we've got red, green, burgundy. I mean, I made a whole lot, changed the sentiment, but made a huge batch of these because they're great cards just to give out at Christmas time. Yeah, very easy cards to use, perfect. They were good fun to do and quite quick as well, which was nice. Okay, on to a few ATCs now. Okay, I've got quite a lot of ATCs to show you, so I'll bring them all in one go. We had a rainbow themed ATC evening, so this is my rainbows, and I also done these here using Lavinia stamps for the silhouettes. I done these Lavinia ones as well and coloured in the little cherry blossom, added some white and some glitter. So it was a little batch that I made. Sophie made all these ones in my hand here, so she made these big. Oh, actually, Sophie, did you make those or did Shani make those? The bees. I did. Oh, you did make those, yeah. So Sophie made those, inky distressed backgrounds and the bees. She also made these ones here. Again, using Lavinia stamps and lots of ink distressing and glittering and just playing with inky techniques. And the same with this little batch here with the rabbits on there. And this again goes back to the rainbow themed ones that we've done before. So a whole lot, as I say, we've had rainbow, we've played with Lavinia stuff, we've done some inky backgrounds, whole lot of stuff going on. But yeah, it's always fun to make ATCs. Okay, I've got a card and box to share with you now. This was actually a workshop make. This was our last card making workshop of the year. So we made this 8x8 card, really nice solid card where we've embossed around the edge with this glitter. We've done a textured background on the front and on the back, and we've used the large Tim Holtz snowflakes. We've used a new, is it Mama Elephant or Avery Owl sentiment on the front there. Very, very nice card, nice weighty card because we layered it with card in between there, and as I say, we put glitter around the edge of each piece so it's nice and layered and looks a nice full card. We made with it a little matching gift box, so the ladies all made their own gift boxes, again with lots of texture, the same, you know, background technique and snowflake on there, but a lovely little set, and it was a nice one to finish to be the last one for the card making workshops of the year. We then have made some art journaling pages. So we've got this one that we've done using a Lavinia Green Man stamp and some gold flakes. What are they? Gilding flakes, aren't they, Sophie? Inky background, lots of texture, lots of splatters. Stamped him separately onto this circle. Picked out one of the colours from the background, so I picked out my green to keep this front panel green. And coloured him, or stamped him, sorry, and then added white pieces on his eyes with just a white gel pen. Lots of gems on there as well, so it just, yeah, a different one, but quite a fun one to do. Another art journal page was this one we done, again using those Tim Holtz snowflakes, but this time we embossed them using silver embossing, made our inky backgrounds, a frame, used some foil, some wow foiling to get this sort of silver foil and sentiments on the back. Yeah, quite a nice, that was a good one to do. The colours that we were working with were really, really nice and all frosty and nice. It was a fun one. Another couple of things that Sophie made, which were these two pieces here, card fronts or just panels that she was making and playing with the Lavinia stamps and practicing her background techniques. Really like this one. This one came out lovely. She's really good at doing the moon and getting the trees on there, and all this glitter looks lovely down there. And then she done this one, which is a bit Northern Lights inspired. Just you know, she hasn't turned it into a card or anything yet, but just playing with it. But love the row of trees at the bottom, and yeah, the snow looks great as well. Another scrapbooking layout or double page layout that Shani made. This is one that she done just the other day actually. So it's using the Minte collection, fussy cutting, inking and layering up all the pieces over here, here and at the top. She also added doilies. She's cut out and put these little tiny bits up here and added stitching down for all the baubles, and that is on both pages. She's got that. And yeah, the photos obviously haven't been added yet. She's going to take them this Christmas and add them, but nice little double page Christmas spread. Another card that I made to play along with their Facebook challenge. So I used a Mo Manning image, digi image that I printed and coloured in. Added these little stamping up pine cones and leaves and things, and some lawn form backing paper. Nice card again. It's an 8x8 card. Just yeah, a nice cute one, and I do love a Mo Manning image. To some more ATCs. We've got another few batches of ATCs. This was actually this week we had the theme of Christmas, so there's a few that I done here, and then Sophie made this little set of 3 here as well. So I used these images, which were I actually already had coloured and well, stamped and coloured from last year. They were left over on a sheet, so I just cut those out, layered them up with some papers, added pearls, snowflakes, tags, twine, little presents, just made that cute little set. And as I say, the little pictures were already coloured and were sitting in my box from last year, so they needed using up. I stamped these ones, the little whimsy girls, and only got time to colour one, but I will finish them off. But they're all going to be coloured, and I'm going to add some snow. I've added some glitter already, but I'll add some snow and stuff on there, so that'll be a cute little set when they're coloured. And I also done some Tim Holtzy type ones, bit of ink blending, used that festive overlay stamp set again, added some winter words on there as well. Just a cute little traditional set. And then Sophie made these red ones just last night actually at club. We had scrapbooking evening last night. Sophie didn't scrapbook, but she made some ATCs using the same collection. Yeah, lots of glitter on there, very, very festive, very nice ATCs. Okay, back to some cards. These were a workshop cards. So we used the Hobby Arts bee stamps, which we absolutely love. These cards were very much inspired by ones that we'd seen at the Birmingham show when we brought the stamps. But yeah, absolutely love these. Came together really, really nicely. Lots of layering, cutting, some glitter, some watercolour-y type painting, lots of flicks in the background. It was quite tricky hand cutting or fussy cutting out these little bees to put them on there, but I love the way they came out. I designed this one for workshop. Shani done this one. So she's put her blue flower just going all the way round, and again cut the bees and cut out one of the Altenew Happy die cuts. So that was a lovely set, and they were really went down well. They were nice ones for us to make. Okay, a few more things to go. So, scrapbooking club last night, we were making a bit of a special one to end the year for scrapbooking. I showed you what we done for the last card making class of the year. This was the last scrapbooking class of the year. So this grid style layout, very, very much raised up. So you've got foam pads in between here and in between here and behind all the little embellishments as well. The ladies that came along, we had quite a big group all day yesterday, morning and evening, got to choose whether they wanted to do the blue and red sort of modern or the green and red traditional style. So we had a mixture of things going on. Both of them came out really, really nicely though. I can't decide what one I prefer. I'm going to obviously reprint some more photos so they're not exactly the same, but it was just to show everyone that you can use the same photos and get 2 completely different looks out of it, modern or traditional. We've distressed each and every one of these squares. We've put tags at the side. We used all the elements from the sticker sheets that were part of the collection. We used some Sue Wilson poinsettia, some big pearls in the middle. Yeah, just lots going on here, but both really, really nice layouts. While that was going on and the ladies were making these Christmas ones, Shani and I actually played and done exactly the same design but made two completely different layouts. So I made this one using the My Mind's Eye on Trend collection, which I've had in the box and sat there for ages. I don't have the photos to add yet, obviously I'll add them later on, but yeah, I just done exactly the same design. So I've got my background, my inner piece, my boxes, and then layered pieces onto my boxes. And instead of inking around the edges of mine, I actually added gold, so you can see that each of these have got gold heat embossing around the edge. So it's really gold and shiny, this layout, but I actually really, really like it. Again, lots of texture, lots of dimension, lots of things going on. Very busy, but very nice. And I'm going to take some photos when we're away, and I'll get some holiday photos to put in here. And I finally used up these flamingos, which I've had sitting in the box of odd bits for ages, so they got used. So that was a really nice one. I love the way that comes out, and it's really shiny. And then Shani done another one for some India photos that we had, and this is a Minte collection, so same again. So background piece distressed, top piece distressed, cut your little squares, distress them, and then built up on each one. She is going to add some more journaling here, it's not quite done yet, but same design with the tags coming out at the top and bottom and photos going diagonally down. And that is it for makes, as in scrapbooking, cards, ATCs, art journaling. I do have 3 more things to share with you though, which you would again have seen on our Pinterest if you follow us over on Pinterest. An advent calendar that we made. Yeah, so this has been around online, but I just thought I'd share it with you in this video. So this was a basic advent calendar box that we bought, and we decorated each little piece. Well, first of all, we decorated the actual main box, lots of stamping and distressing going on the box itself. Then we decorated each little square using cut aparts and pieces of paper and odd stars and flowers and bling, and there's bells on there as well, all different things from the mainly from the Minte collection. Tied a big ribbon around the top of the box. You can still open this and pull out the tray inside where you fill it with gifts for the recipient. But yeah, lovely advent calendar. I also made this is completely random, but I thought I'll share it with you anyway. This is, oh, let it focus, there you go. This is just a wreath. I actually picked up this wooden wreath just from a charity shop. It was only £1. It did have some baubles and things on it, but I stripped it off and actually used those elsewhere. But I wanted this sort of gathered wood wreath type thing. And I stuck these Sue Wilson flowers that I've die cut, layered up in gold and cream on top, all the way around. And I also have got these dried orange slices that I actually cheated and bought from the garden centre in a packet, but obviously you could make those yourself. They're just fresh orange, sliced up. You could dry them out in the oven and just attach them onto the wreath using a hot glue gun. And yeah, it's really, really lovely, really festive. It just hangs on the wall in the studio here. Looks pretty and it smells good as well, which is nice. And the very last thing I have to share with you is this here, which is a wood, MDF wood Merry Christmas word. A friend actually gave this to me. She hadn't used it, so she brought it in, and I said, oh, I'll decorate it and do something with it. So I painted it with a couple of coats of chalk paint. I added gold onto the corners so to distress the edges with gold, and then added all these tiny little embellishments all the way along the bottom. Again, a lot of it is cut from the Minte Christmas collections, but I've also used some odd bits that I've just had for forever just sitting in the box. So I'll just give you a close-up with that. It's really nice. This has actually been one of my favourite decorations that we've made this year. It just sits on the shelf at the studio, just looking pretty, and it stands up on its own, so it's nice. It just stands there looking nice. But yeah, really, really like that. And that is it. We finally got to the end of that huge share. As I say, that's all of November from me, Shani and Sophie, plus a little bit of December as well. If you've got to the end and watched the end of this video, well done you. As I say, I'm going off on holiday very, very shortly, and I'll be vlogging that so you'll see what we're up to. But thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you again very, very soon. Bye.